Division Matt Walsh. We want to tell you about an incident that we had this morning involving a multi-jurisdictional task force that includes JSO, FDLE, the U.S. Marshal's Office, and the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office. They were serving an arrest warrant in the 7800 block of Jones Road. At about 8:57 this morning, investigators began calling out to the suspect via PA to come out and to come out safely with his hands up. The suspect at that point fired one shot from a trailer in an unknown direction. Shortly after that, he fired a second shot from that trailer in an unknown direction. Shortly after that, the suspect exited the trailer with his firearm in his hand, which turned out to be a black semi-automatic handgun. One FDLE agent and 3 JSO officers opened fire, striking the suspect several times. He was transported to a local hospital where he remains in critical condition. The suspect is Arnold Frazier Hager, a white male, 37 years old. He was wanted for 8 counts of sexual battery on a child out of Maryland. The JSO officers were placed on administrative leave per JSO policy. The State Attorney's Office is conducting an independent investigation, and of course, as you know, FDLE is on scene. No officers were injured during this incident, and I'll try to answer any questions that I can. Anything that is FDLE related, I will ask Assistant Special Agent in Charge Matt Walsh to answer.
Chief, JFRD said 2 victims. JFRD told us 2 victims.
That would be incorrect. It's 1 victim.
What is the connection to Jacksonville?
Hager, Hagar.
And what is his connection to Jacksonville?
Has to be a friend or girlfriend.
In that residence?
Possibly, yes.
Possibly. Was anybody else there when the shots went off?
No, not inside, no.
No one else inside?
No.
Any injuries to officers?
No officers were injured during the incident.
And Chief, I noticed that this is the second officer involved where we've not identified the officer involved as we used to. Is that part of the new policy of the Sheriff's Office?
It's part of the new policy, but primarily because of Marcy's Law. Marcy's Law will not allow us, specifically a case that came out of Tampa, that will not allow us to identify officers on the scene if they are victims of crime. And in this case, they were shot at, or we believe they were shot at.
Was he aiming the weapon at officers?
At this point, he shot from the trailer in an unknown direction. Officers were outside and were threatened.
But when he came out, was he aiming the gun at officers?
That's still under investigation.
So to clarify, 2 fired in some direction, initial, and then came out with gun. No subsequent firing by suspect, as far as you know.
As far as I know, no.
How many shots fired? Do we know how many of the shots hit him?
I won't be able to name how many shots at this point. I won't be able to tell you how many shots actually struck him at this point.
Thank you, Chief.